We'll be talking to the man behind the City of Salford Votes account and the local elections and why he's so passionate about local politics. Eid took place this week and I went to the student union at the University of Salford to see how the Muslim students celebrated.
The last 2 Eids were quite difficult because I lost my grandmother, so we didn't have that, person, that empty space there. But alhamdulillah, Eid is supposed to be a happy occasion.
And Monday marks the start of Mental Health Week. We'll be looking at how people in Salford are looking after themselves.
And welcome to Salford Now. It's election day and Georgia Lynch went down to the Eccles Gateway Community Centre where the votes will be counted on later tonight.
She's got all the information on what the local election means for Salford. Sorry for that. For people, Twitter is a place for content with memes and jokes about ending of the latest shows, but for Nathan Smallwood, he decided to focus on the local elections of Salford starting in 2021. He has joined us today to talk with Catherine Monk, our political correspondent, to talk about the local elections.
So Nathan, you started this account in 2021. How did it start? Why did you even start it in the beginning?
So I started it because Salford City Council has one of the lowest turnouts in its elections in Greater Manchester and indeed in the country. And in my opinion, something needs to be done about that. And obviously, although I don't have a massive amount of influence in the city, I'm just one bloke sat in the far corner. I want to do my bit to try and draw more attention to the fact that this issue needs to be addressed, because right now we don't have a mandate for our democracy in Salford.
Why is it so important? Why are local elections important for the people?
Local government deals with your bread and butter issues, you know, keeping your streets clean, emptying your bins. And your councillors are the people you go to when you've got your issues. They are your first port of call in democracy, and it's absolutely crucial that people can trust that they can go to their councillors with these issues, and it's crucial obviously that these services are being provided by the council. And you get a lot of people saying, you know, that they're not being done and that the council needs to do more and that the government needs to do more.
What exactly are the jobs that the local councils are supposed to do for the people?
It's things like emptying bins, it's things like keeping streets clean, it's things like maintaining roads, it's approving planning applications, building new homes, looking after tenants in social housing and making sure that the social housing companies are looking after their tenants. And if people are going to complain that these things aren't being done properly, then it's important that people understand that they have the right to vote, to change who is in power, and make sure that these things are being done going forward, and that's what today is all about.
So it's important, in your opinion, to register to vote. Sorry. So in a sense, explain to us a little bit more about registering to vote here in Salford.
Registering to vote in Salford takes 5 minutes. Obviously, it's too late for today's local elections, but if you've not registered yet, do it now. All you need is your national insurance number and obviously your basic personal details, like your name, and that is it, your name and address.
I'm going to stop you there. We finished here. Thank you so much for coming in today.
No
and
problem.
now it's back to Luke and Ali.
Thanks, Rin. Like we mentioned earlier, Georgia Lynch went down to Eccles Gateway Community Centre where the votes will be counted later on tonight, and she sent us this report.
Hello, yes, I'm currently stood outside Eccles Gateway, one of the polling stations here in Eccles. Eccles actually has the highest number of registered voters in Salford, with a total of 10,978 electorates. Including this one, there are 20 wards altogether in Salford and 77 candidates all competing for a seat. Voters are deciding who they want to represent their area on matters like planning issues, housing, rubbish collecting, public transport and road maintenance. Polling stations, like this one behind me, will close at 10 p.m, but don't worry if you're in the queue, you will still be allowed in to vote. That's all from me, back to you in the studio.
May 9th will mark the beginning of Mental Health Awareness Week. Organisations such as Langworthy Cornerstone help people struggling with their mental health. Sam Oliphant went to find out more.
May 9th marks the beginning of Mental Health Awareness Week here in the UK. Local organisations such as Langworthy Cornerstone provide support to those in need. I went to talk to Chief Officer Gavin Williams about the projects and support they provide.
Langworthy Cornerstone has been working for the last 20 years. We provide lots of things for everybody in Salford. Our weekly groups are available for anybody in Stratford. COVID has affected people quite a lot, and what we see in Salford is that people have been affected by mental health. They feel very isolated, but what has been, because of COVID, people have tended to stay at home, which means they become socially more isolated.
As well as Langworthy Cornerstone, there are other organisations which provide support to those in need. For example, ASCUS at the University of Salford provides support to the students at the University of Salford. I attempted to get word from them, however they were busy at the time.
So our pledge really is to make sure that we reach out to people that have been struggling and are still struggling with isolation and mental health. So obviously we are CCG funded or NHS funded. We work with different networks, so we're part of the community network of community centres throughout Salford. So we all talk to each other, we all coordinate how we can best support our residents. Because we've been known in the community for the last 20 years, footfall is one of the most important things. So people will come in, they might come in for a cup of tea to begin with, and they might say, actually, I just need some advice on one thing. What we do find is when their confidence is at a higher level, that one thing actually leads to another and another. So we can then register them with our system, our database, and then we can either refer them through to the Men's Project or to the Wellbeing Coordinator or to the community coordinator that may help them with connecting with local groups that are not within the centre but outside within the network.
If you're in need of support, make sure to go down to Langworthy Cornerstone. Sam Oliphant, Salford Now.
During the past month, Muslims around the world have been fasting for Ramadan. Now that this has finished, the Islamic celebration of Eid took place this week, which saw many Muslims, including those from the University of Salford, celebrate. I went to find out more. Warm greetings, family gatherings and good food are some of the things Muslims get to look forward to on Eid after a month of sacrifice and struggle. Students from the University of Salford made the most of this as the leader of the Islamic Society, Hassan Ahmed, organised an open feast for students to mark the end of the blessed month.
With hardship comes ease. Inna Allah ma sabirin, which means that indeed Allah is with those who are patient. So I was patient throughout Ramadan, so I managed to get everything sorted for Ramadan. So it was a quite difficult Ramadan, but no Ramadan is easy anyway, so.
Lockdown has impacted Muslims throughout the last 2 Ramadan months, like losing loved ones.
The Last 2 Eids were quite difficult because I lost my grandmother, so we didn't have that, person, that empty space there. But alhamdulillah, Eid is supposed to be a happy occasion.
Fasting means no eating and drinking from sunrise to sunset, causing health benefits like life longevity. Therefore, when the Eid day finally comes, pleasures of visiting family and eating food throughout the day feels even better. The day, though, starts off with a special prayer. According to nationsonline.com, Muslims make up an estimated 24% of the world's population, meaning this celebration is honoured all around the world.
ولك الحمد في القرآن ولك الحمد في المال والأهل والمعافاة.
But what does this mean to Salford University students? Do you have any sort of like happy Eid memories or anything that you particularly enjoyed one time during Eid?
Every single Eid is a happy Eid memories. Alhamdulillah. That's all I have to say.
As a kid, I remember getting loads of money from my elder uncles. I remember all of us just sat in a circle, and then everyone would just come around and just give us all money. And then at the end of the day, I think every Muslim can relate to this. At the end of the day, we'd all have to give our money to our parents, and they'd keep it safe for us. When really, the next day we wouldn't see it ever again.
When I was a child, I used to go to families' houses a lot, and we used to give each other presents. We used to give each other Eid, as we call it.
I would say my happiest moment was probably when I saw all my family back in Pakistan. I think that was my happiest memory.
Ali Hussein, Salford Now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.